Okay, hopefully you can hear me. I just checked it. I think you can. So, there's a couple ways which you can actually go about doing like hidden selections for stuff. Like you can either have separate models, which for some instances can be easier, but I'm not going to recommend it because then you have to have like like just a bunch of P3Ds and everything's going to take longer and shit like that. So, I'm gonna have to mount the P drive for this. But so the basics of the hidden selections is that say you want to make this like a different texture. Like say I had a black plate bag texture I wanted to have on this part of the plate frame specifically. Um, you go in here in Blender to the data tab, and then in the vertex groups you would just add a vertex group. For something like this, you could just use camo because that's an already existing definition in the model config for like the default model config that everything uses. But you can only use one vertex group per mesh. Like I couldn't have camo on this and this at the same time. Actually, maybe I have never tried that, but like I just wouldn't recommend it because that's like experimentation. But so let's say this is camo, and then when I change this, I also want to change the cummerbund. I could either do camo 2, or like if you just want to make it more simpler, I could call this cummerbund and this like the plate bag. And so as you can see, I'm just adding vertex groups in here, and then obviously you want to make sure that they're assigned to the whole mesh of what you're trying to edit. So that's it as far as stuff you need to do to the actual physical model. And you can also do this in Object Builder if you have an already like compiled P3D and you don't want to import it back into Blender. It follows the same exact process. So that's all you have to do for the model, and the rest of it is just configuring stuff. So I'm gonna find something I have that is like a simple example of an ASIX config, and I um, low-key don't know where that would be because these are all kind of like really complicated stuff. This one might. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'm just gonna go top down and I actually start with the model config because this is the simplest part. So in the model config, scroll down to the very bottom. This part right here called sections is where you're gonna find your vertex group definitions. If you're making your own vertex group that isn't like camo 1, camo 2, camo B, which are already defined by default, you need to add it in here, and you do that as you can see. Like I added PTT and wire. You just do, and you actually don't need the spaces here. You just do comma after everything, quote it, and then like for that I was doing plate bag and cummerbund, so and then comma, and that's it as far as the model config. So back in here. I'll go top down. So the first thing you need is your XTD gear models, and if you don't have this in your config, which I know you're looking at references, so you probably do, you can just copy and paste it. And basically how this works is you have your class. So this is going to be the model. So you need one of these for every model, and then there's subclasses in that, which are your actual options. But this is just letting the config know that like the vest or helmet model you have listed below also has ASIX options. So this is for the helmet, and I had a down lead, and I had the option to turn the down lead on or off. So as you can see, this can be called whatever you want, but I just have it as the maritime, so I know what's what. And then you have your options, and how this works is this is going to be like the context, and then under the context you're going to have the options for it. So like it's hard to explain since I don't have several of these, but like this is the download, and then I could have like the camo for the shell of the helmet, and then it would be like all the camos listed below, just how the downloads are listed on and off. So if you want to add something, you just do it like this. You have to have the semicolon there, but you don't have to have it if it's the last thing, but you can just put it anyway for ease of use. And then you have the option class here. So like as you can see, this is for the download, and then it would be the same exact thing for the camo. And then something is wrong here because this isn't closed, and I don't know why. Oh, this is why. Yeah, so obviously, like I would recommend using VS Code for this because it's like slightly more complex than just doing the config itself. I think you already use VS Code, but like as you can see, my stuff wasn't closed, so it let me know. So then, like this would be the camo, and the label is just like the title of the name of the option in the arsenal, and then the values are like separate from the names. So you have the name below, but like I would have like multicam and AOR1, and then the classes below are what's going to mirror the values and just give them details. So this would be multicam, and this would be like multicam shell. The option is option right here is optional, or the description is optional, sorry, and then icon is like the little logo. Action label is going to be like in the self interaction menu on ACE, what it would show up as under like the customization, or like the the options. So you could turn the download off via self interaction, and then the way you could like make it so you can't turn anything off is like I don't want to be able to change the camo in game, so I would set this to 0. 1 is you can change it, and 0 is you cannot change it. So that's like pretty much all I think you need to know as far as XTD gear models. And then when you go down, this is where everything else happens. So in the individual like model class for your vest or helmet or uniform or whatever it be. And so like vest, uniforms, helmets, night vision, like everything pretty much just follows, like this is universal. So I don't think I actually like ended up implementing it, so I'm missing the XCD gear models in here. Like I didn't implement the shit in this thing. Okay, let me try to find something different. My bad. This might... No? Oh, because that was the exact same thing. Okay. Okay, well, I know, like, this has stuff. This is just, like, really, really long and complicated. Okay, so I'll just show you, like, the example on a vest. Okay, but this isn't good because I think I split models for this. This is not a good look, my bad. This might have something. Okay, perfect. So this is just an example with some hats. So you may or may not have like the same appearance, but like it's simple. You can catch on. So the first thing you need to do is define your hidden selections, and these are just your vertex groups. But if you're not using a vertex group you have assigned, don't add it, because right here below the hidden selections textures correspond in order. So like I can't put, so the first option I have is the camo, and this is a black hat, as you can see up here. So I had the camo first, and then the hat texture first, and then the contact texture next. It needs to be in order mirroring this. So I can't have the contact texture first, because the hidden selections part is telling the textures to what vertex group they're assigned. So it needs to be in order. And then under the item info, it's just mirrored. So this part right here, the hidden selections and hidden selection textures, you need it twice. It needs to be mirrored from the like base class to the item info class as well below. And so yeah, like that's pretty straightforward. As you can see, I had like contacts which were on the ears, and then contacts which were like up touching the beanie and not on the ears. And so I had two models in the or like two contact models in the P3D, but I don't want them both to appear at the same time. So for the contact up, I had nothing in the texture, and that means it's going to be invisible. And then XCD gear info at the bottom, very straightforward. So you have the model. This is going to be up back in XTD gear models, whatever you had the class for your like entire structure right here set to. So I had it as cap, so my model is going to be cap. And then down below you have your subclasses. So I have camo and comms, and then you have the options that they're set to at the end. So this is a black hat with the comms on, and then if I scroll down, as you can see, it's going to look a little bit different here. The comms are up, so comms down is blank, and my columns are set to the off option, but the hat is still black, and then like I have a white hat, etc., etc. And if you want, I can send you this config because it's like a decent example, but that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I think you can figure it out. So good luck, twin.